Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. Wanted to show you what I was working on here, give you a close-up. I hadn't really done that. I've just been telling everybody it's a mosasaur. But so right here, what we have are neural fins that come off the top of the spine, off of the vertebrae. Vertebrae, of course, are down in here. And I used this nice new little nylon brush that they got. These are really neat. It's a good way of cleaning, or just kind of getting down into the dirt just a little bit, because this is actually really soft material. It breaks away real easy. But with that, it doesn't damage the fossil much. And you can uncover and you can find out where an edge is at, or if you're not sure about something. So you can see I've cleaned off a few of the rib bones, and you can see how they cross over one. I got one here and it's crossing over. We also got all kinds of other assorted stuff going on in here. Right here is a barnacle. So it doesn't take long for this stuff, once it gets in the water, starts dying, for those barnacles to attach. Now I think what we got here on some of this, I thought these were maybe metatarsals to the hand. They might be some of that, but it could be some stomach material too. I'm not sure. We do have right here, this big bone right here is part of the paddle bone back up in the wrist, up a little bit higher in the wrist area of the leg bones or foot bone, however you want to refer to it. And it's a really neat bone. I think I've covered it in one of my other videos. And right here we have like a little scoot, like little plates. They have little cartilagic plates like on their back, like alligators do, those little sections or cartilage, they do the same thing. And so we got some of that. So it makes me think that this little area right here might be maybe some stomach contents. You're close to one of the feet. It's hard to tell. I think it bloated and kind of moved around. It's weird how it's set up. But obviously it's going on back into the hill here. So we're going to have to take this down some more. You can see where I already have it cut. And you can also see, look at those nice lines. Look at that. That just... really neat how it deposited all nice out like that. All those different layers. Looks cool. Anywho, yeah, so we're going to have to take her back in this area, back here a little bit, because you can see I've got a trench dug right past these neural spines. Once you find the edge of where the fossil is, you can start digging down a little bit to make sure that there's nothing else, and then that's your jacket line, where you'll be cutting into where you're going to put in the jacket, and we'll get more detailed on that later on. So let me set this down here for a minute, and oops, I'm going to show you what I do here on this. We'll do a little bit of scratching and brushing on this one little part on this paddle bone here for a few minutes. Bear with me here. Oh, dadgummit. I need to get one of those GoPros, I know. Sorry, it's wiggling all over the place. Okay, here we go. Now, can that be seen? Oh, the shadows are kind of funny, aren't they? Guys can yell at me later. Take a little... You can use a little screwdriver. You don't have to apply much pressure. And this is kind of what I do when I get close to a bone like that. You see, just kind of how it breaks away from the edge of the bone. You don't have to push very hard. Nice little flat head. This is time consuming. This is why you do this in the lab and not out here. The only reason I'm doing it out here is just so you can kind of see sometimes what I go through. I'm trying to figure out what the heck kind of bone I have. I have to do this to get a shape. I wasn't sure when I first uncovered this if this was another vertebrae or if it was something else. So Hear that? Let's see, this breaks away real nice. Now, usually you can find shark's teeth, you know, when you're doing this, going real slow once you get down real close, and that's usually what takes most critters out. You'll see shark bites and shark teeth marks on different various pieces of bone, but I haven't seen any. So I don't think the sharks had their way with this one at all. I think he just got, you know, choked up and died, and that was it. Like a lot of other stuff, the waters were just filled with silt. They just couldn't do nothing. What a mess. Fish couldn't breathe. This is a really nice specimen too. They got a real nice bone quality there. It's just beautiful. Looks like it, see, you can kind of tell already it goes all the way out to here. I don't know if I mentioned it on the other ones, but when you're taking down that matrix above here, when you're cutting into it and chopping out those blocks and removing them, take your time. It's not uncommon to find another fossil while you're digging up another fossil. It's happened a few times, actually. See how it just snaps away? You get close. Now you can't do this to all. This mosasaur bone here, paddle bone that I'm working on, this is a pretty solid piece of bone. You try doing this to, well, the fish, it's just gonna crumble. You gotta be really careful. Each one of these types of critters out here, the bone density and quality varies. Fish, they were real super flaky. Break real easily and crumble into millions of itsy bitsy little pieces. It's a nightmare. Trinodons are pretty soft too. They break in a different way to where you can actually almost put them back together, but still, you know, it's... I'm just going on top of this one so I can show you what this bone looks like. It's a pretty cool looking little bone. Most time, like I said, you do this when you're just trying to determine where the edge is. If you want to do just that, or, you know, kind of an exploratory thing. You really don't want to uncover all these bones like this. But for the channel's sake, right, we'll show everybody this because you don't get to see this too often. Oops. Maybe this year for Christmas, instead of coal, I'll get myself a GoPro. I don't know about everybody else, but boy, last year, whew. Cool beans. All right, where's my new toy? I got a Ryobi because I just didn't have the heart to buy a really nice one and bring it out here and get this dust is just gonna rue the day on this thing. I'll have to take it home tonight and clean it with see if we can do this without getting it on the camera. I didn't think about that. Oh yeah, there we go. This really comes in handy. I like this. Look at that barnacle. I think this little piece right here, this little bit of stuff right here is cartilage. Sure does look like it. Isn't barnacles kind of a swear word on SpongeBob? I think it is. It's not too bad of a word. Alright, yeah, look at, see how that works on there? That was pretty nifty. There's that little hole. I'm guessing this hole, there's a little hole right here on these things. I'm guessing it's vascular. See, look at that little barnacle shell right there already. The little stinkers, boy. Yeah, so this thing sat around for a day or two before it got to the bottom or it got on, so it wasn't covered right away, and they were able to attach themselves and start at it, which would explain why it's kind of scattered but still really close together, most of the parts. So whatever it was tugging on, like, you know, more likely like maybe little crabs or little fish, nothing big got a hold of it. That kind of looks pathological right there. That might be something. See, there's no, I don't see any shark bites on there. I mean, you'll know when you see shark bites. There'll be a direct line going straight across. And then 3 or 4 more to follow. I mean, they're undeniable. Anywho's. So I've bored everybody long enough. Thank you for watching. We'll keep doing some more here and seeing how far back we go. Right? The dig continues. See you mañana. Adios, muchachos.